It's so wild to me how many boomer parents are just so mean. I was raised by boomers. They were called the me generation for a very good reason. The entitlement and delusion and venom is real. So I also was raised by boomers. They were very early boomers, born 1947. And what I experienced was profound emotional neglect. Absolutely nothing regarding the love and care for a child. The attitude that my parents had was I was a pest. They did not like me, and they just thought all I have to do is feed this child and house her, and that's it. And I, P.S., was not a difficult child. I was a very shy, withdrawn child. I was an easy kid. I didn't have any behavioral problems or outbursts. I, really stayed to myself. And as a kid, I did not know other boomer parents, so I thought it was something wrong with me. And I internalized all of their hatred as something wrong with me. Now, when I married a man much older than me, 17 years older. He was a boomer. So, and yeah, I mean, was there some trauma stuff there? Of course, because of a dad who never paid any attention and loved me. I already deconstructed that with a therapist. But I got to speak behind the scene because since he was a boomer, I hung out, of course I had to, in his world, and I heard other boomer parents talking. And the larger percentage, not all boomer parents, it's definitely not all boomer parents, but the larger percentage seem to really hate their children. The way that they talk about their own children, and sometimes even they're loving to their children. You see them interact with their children, and then, I'm sitting across the table from them at dinner and they're saying things that I'm like, what the, like, I'm like internally reeling. There were some, and they would always stick out in my mind, and I always kind of held a special spot for them where, they said lovely things about their kids, how they're so proud of who they've become. They're great people, they're great parents, but the fact that they stick out in my mind as something rare is really, really sad. I deeply believe that if the boomer generation had to go back and get the option of whether or not they procreate, I think a very large percentage of them would not.